My friend, in this video, I'm going to show you how you can dominate the market with automated outbound infrastructures. The reason I'm saying that is because in the last few days, we have booked about 53 calls with zero no-shows, completely automated. We didn't spend any money on ads. We didn't hire any appointments at VS or anything like that. You can hack client acquisition and make appointments fall from the sky if you can control these three things: volume, attention, and authority. And I'm going to show you exactly how you can control all of these things, three things. Now, usually when people hear about outbounds, they say that I've already tried outbounds and it doesn't work and it's a waste of time. Now, if I ask them how many messages were you sending every single day, they say 30, 40, 50, and that's that too inconsistent. And I say that if there is anyone who is your competition and is sending 3,000, 4,000 messages a day and he's still controlling attention, he's still showing himself as the expert, he's going to demolish you even though you're sending personalized messages, because by the time you reach to 3,000 people, he has already reached to 30,000, 40,000 people. How can you compete against someone like that? But I'm going to show you in this video how exactly you can become someone like that. Now, Meta has limitations on how many messages you can send in a day, per account that is. Now, either it's Instagram, either it's Facebook, you can only send a limited amount of messages every single day, or you're going to go to the spam, or you're going to go to the ban folder. Now, so in order for you to send more messages, you must create more accounts. So let's say that you have 5 growth accounts. Now, these accounts, even though they look like your page, they are not fake accounts, they're not spammy accounts, they're not scammy accounts. They are just there to promote your brand. You can even put a label on them as they are an outreaching accounts, right? So you create these 5 accounts and you connect every single account to different proxy. The reason you have to connect them to different proxies because you cannot have all of the 5 accounts at the exact same IP address and send like 200, 300 messages and expect for Meta to not notice it. Meta is gonna ban you in a day if you have 5 accounts at the exact same place and you're sending 200 messages. So the way you can change that is by being at the same place but connecting all of these accounts to different proxies so that the IP addresses of all of these accounts is different. This is in Belgium, Portugal, US, UK, different places, so that the accounts is not in the exact same IP address. Simple as that. Now, once you have got that and you have built every single profile with content, lifestyle, and profile, the reason I'm saying that is because I've had an example right here. So people usually have profiles like this, not specifically like this, but they have a brand logo right there here, and then they have some carousels. Now, people think that, okay, that's professional, that's great. Okay, great. But people don't know who they're speaking to. You can outreach to 3,000 people, but if they don't know, like, okay, who is this human? Is this even a human? And how does he speak? How does he look? If people don't know that, it's almost like people are speaking to a wall. If I ask you right now, are you going to speak to a wall? You're not going to do that, because you need a person that you want to speak to, right? But if it's a wall, you're not going to speak to that. And it's the exact same case in the people that you're outreaching to. If you have a brand logo and if you have nothing else, just carousels and brand logos, even though you have so much information here, no one is going to go through that because people just don't care, right? You have less trust, less credibility, you have less chances of getting a response because people don't even know if you're a human, and you have very less chance of being seen as the expert because people cannot see what information you have. And if I cannot see that you have the information to help me, I'm never going to come to you to ask any help. I'm never going to do that. So less trust, less credibility, less chances of getting a response, and less chances of being seen as the expert. You can send 50,000 messages with this exact same profile and you're not going to get any responses. So the way we change that is by having profiles such as this, where we are showing ourselves that, okay, this is the person who I am, this is my name, and this is my content right here. So people are going to go through the video and they can see that, okay, I have the information to help them. So they can see me as the expert. I have more chances of getting a response because I'm showing myself as a human, and I have more trust and more credibility because I have all of these social proofs, the insights, the wins, the lifestyle. I can show myself as a human while you can because you have a brand page. And that's the difference. That is why most people don't make money, because they think that after I have a brand page, now I'm an actual business owner, but I'm not making any money because people don't see you as a human at all. You're just a brand page that is just like every other agency out there. So the way you can change that is by actually creating a personal brand by showing results, lifestyle, and insights. You're done building the authority, showing yourself as the expert, showing yourself as an actual human, and showing your name and building the credibility, building the trust. you connect all of these accounts to an automation software. If you're using Instagram, it can be a software like colddms.com. It's a perfect tool in order to send messages on Instagram. We have been using that for our agency as well. So there you go. Connect that to an automation software and scrape leads, or so I would say followers, from an influencer in your niche, and qualify them and add them to an automation. Now, the reason I'm saying followers is because usually, let's say for example that I'm working with agency owners, and if I want to find agency owners, specifically the agency owners that actually want to grow their business, I'm going to find someone who is creating the content on how to grow an agency. And in my case, it can be Charlie Morgan, Jordan Platten, or Serge Guittari. People like this, they create content on how to grow an agency. So the people that are following these people, they have to be someone that either want to run an agency, or already running an agency, that want to grow their agency, or already in a process of growing an agency, right? So once you scrape the leads, you put them in the automation. Now you know that, okay, the people that I'll be messaging to, that they actually want to grow, right? It doesn't make sense for someone to follow someone if they don't actually want to grow an agency. It doesn't make sense. Now you've done that, you craft different messages to collect data on which openers are performing better. Now this is very, very important. I've made a video on how to craft better openers. This is extremely necessary, because if you can send 30,000 messages, but if your messages are all like, hey, how's it going, or can I ask you a question, people don't care about that. So your messages must be something that makes people curious, makes people think that, okay, what is this guy talking about? Once you have done that, and you're collecting data on okay, this message has 20% response rate, 10% response rate, whatever it is, you collect data and make changes, so that you have a good number of openers, and you're sending good number of messages. Now let's say that you have done all of that, and now right now you're at 40 DMs a day per account, that is, and you're sending messages from 5 accounts. That is 200 DMs a day, and that's 6,000 DMs in 30 days. That's a lot of people. And the reason that's a lot is because all of these 6,000 people are the people that actually want to grow their business. They actually want to grow their business. You have crafted better openers, so you're messaging to the right people. You're messaging to a lot of right people with the right message. That increases the chances of you getting a response, you being seen as the expert, because you have built the profile. Now once you have done all of that, you can like, let's say, like, if your openers are good, you can expect to get somewhere around 8 to 10% response rate. That's a lot. But let's say if you have like the least case scenario, and let's say that you only get 5% of the people that are actually interested out of these 6,000 people, that's still 300 interested prospects. That's a lot, because you get 300 people every single month that are interested in your service and saying that, okay, explain to me how it works. Then that's a lot of money. So let's say that you get 300 responses, and you only book like 10% of those people. You can book more. You can book 20%, 30%, 40, 50%, because these are all interested people that are on a conversation with you right now. So it can be 20, 30, 40, 50%. But let's say the least case scenario, you only end up booking 10% of the people in a month. That's still 30 calls. And that is the reason our system works absolutely insane. That is the reason we booked 53 calls in 50 days with zero no-shows. Now, these people, they actually had a conversation with me. They went through my VSL, they went through my content, they went through my client results. And these people, they already know me, they already trust me. By the time they come to the call, I'm not a stranger. I'm someone that they already know, they already trust, they already know what my process is. And these people are warm, not like an ad or cold calls. Here, Romeo right here, just in the first 3 days of running the campaign, he closed the client for $1,200. Just in 3 days. That is how absolutely insane it is. If you see my results right here, Calendly, 28, 28, 28 November, 28, 26, 25th, 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 and there are more results right here. 25th, 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 24th, 24th, 23rd, 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 21st, 20th, 20th, 17th, 17th, 17th. I could be scrolling. If I was on my phone right now, I could be scrolling by the time my thumbs get numb, and still the calls wouldn't end. That is how many calls we booked for our agency from this exact same system. And that is the reason, like, this might sound too good to be true, but this is how it works. And this is the reason we book so many calls. Like, most people's funnel looks something like this. They run ads even though they have high cost per call. If you're into B2B space, then you know that if you're running ads, in order for you to get one call, it takes a lot of money. Let's say, for example, that it's 100 on average, right? In order for you to book 100 calls, you would have to spend $10,000. You just cannot get away with that, because that's just how ads work. If you want to book more calls, you want to spend more money. And even though you're spending so much money, you get people on the call that doesn't know you, that don't trust you, and it's just a hard to close call. And people spend so much money right here, and here you don't have to spend more money in order to get more calls. Let's say, for example, you got 300 people, you could be booking 100 people without spending more money. You can book 30 calls, you can book 100 calls, you can book 200 calls without spending more money. And that is the reason, like, this system is absolutely insane. It's not telling you to spend more money, but at the same time it's giving you more opportunities to make money. It's giving you more opportunities to generate free attention. It's absolutely insane. And this is the reason we have been smashing with the client results, smashing with the results. If you like the video, like the system, then make sure to like the video and leave a comment if you have any questions. Peace.